Hello, everyone. As you can see, I have the amazing other way, Shae Wissell with me, who is the author of Dyslexia, Insights into the Hidden Disability in and Out of the Workplace. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about this amazing woman because we have been on a journey for years, haven't we, Shae? And
We have.
this book is kind of your life's work, isn't it? It was your thesis and your doctorate, and it is filled with so much amazing information that you just go, wow, people are now actually talking about this. Being a person that has been affected by dyslexia in my life, although I didn't let it hold me back, but I understand how it can, it's more widespread than we knew because I was never diagnosed with it until I was older. But can we talk to this? And congratulations on the release of this book. It's amazing. I love that you're such an advocate for it and you're so passionate about it, aren't you?
Yes, it's been, I don't know, 8 years now,
Yes.
going into nine. Yeah, since I've been on this journey of supporting young people and adults with dyslexia, including myself, really. It
Yes.
started off about me and
Yes.
trying to improve my life, and then went into research to see if this was happening to other people as well.
Mhm.
So it has been a long journey, and part of me feels like it's just beginning after 8 years.
I know you're so right. And we met Osmompreneur, we're Osmompreneur people, and your first book, The Hobo CEO, we worked together in that. Um and like that, I just loved it because it was humorous, it was funny, and all of your perspective and your sharings were just so relatable. And now then I've watched you go through your doctorate, pull together all of this vital research that's creating such an important conversation not just in Australia but globally. And you've led it with your podcast as well. Can you share with us how important and what feedback you're getting from the work that you have done?
Well, I think being able to turn research into and bringing in lived experience has been really amazing journey, because I think research sometimes is hard to digest,
Mhm.
and I think this is a first of its kind in Australia, at least, about bringing lived experience and research together. And the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. We're starting to give it. Government is starting to take the book in and start looking at it, which is really exciting. Which is really what we wanted, was policy change, but conversations, because when I started my journey, there were no conversations about dyslexia in adulthood. And it was through the start of the podcast, which has been now running for 8 years, sharing those stories, which you've been on a couple of times,
Yes.
around lived experience. Yes, we've had lots of fun on both podcasts. Um, and, the work we do is life changing for many people. And that's really hard to demonstrate financially, particularly to my husband sometimes, but we know that it's changing, and it's helping have those conversations that we weren't having 8 years ago.
Mhm. And especially in the workplace, like we're talking about workplaces that whenever this work is brought into the workplace and people understand it, then they don't fear it. They're able to work with it and work to people's strengths rather than someone with dyslexia feeling that they're weak, a weak part of the team or weak part of the company. Whenever you play it to their strengths, that's where their superpower is, isn't it?
Yes, and that's what I think the book showcases. I mean, originally the research was in the workplace, and that's where we all of our work stems from, is the workplace. But through the book, we're able to demonstrate the journey into adulthood and what that looks like, and then how disabling the workplace and society can be for adults with dyslexia. And when those barriers are taken away, we really can shine and thrive. And that's, I think, the hope and the message in the book is that with the right support in place, we can all really succeed, like you've succeeded, Karen, and the way that I've succeeded in different areas of my life. And we just want everyone to have that opportunity and to not feel the shame and stigma that can be attached with reading and writing difficulties.
Yeah, and that's it. Like I recently shared quite vulnerably. I suppose I just recently got an honorary doctorate, and I shared in a post that I had dyslexia in school, and my English teacher used to make me read out loud in class. Well, I couldn't. My face would go huge red with embarrassment, and the words would just be jumping around the page. So I couldn't actually physically read because, and it was so embarrassing that I ended up rebelling and running out of the class just to try and save some kind of, it was a huge, and it's had a profound impact on my life. And it made me think that I wasn't eligible to be a journalist or to write or to all of those. And it wasn't until I was 31 years old that I said, do you know what? I'm going to give this a go. I have stories to tell. And then I realized that editors are the ones that need the English degrees. I just need to be able to tell the stories. And that was just like the biggest aha moment. So I found my strength in the storytelling. And the more I do it, the more I found my way that worked for me and worked for my brain. And then everything else can work around that. And that's just one example. Not every person with dyslexia wants to be a writer, but it goes to the irony of it is where there's a will, there is a way. And whenever you take away the fear barrier or take away the shame or whatever it is that comes along with it, all of these doors open. You see a world of possibilities where there was roadblocks before, isn't it, Shay?
Yes, I think that's one of the most exciting things about working with you, Karen, over the last, well, 7 years or 6 years is your positive attitude to that we can change the world and we can do those things that are hard. And that educational trauma you spoke about is something that we highlight in the book that hasn't really been discussed in Australia before. And, it does have a severe and significant impact on us as we progress into adulthood and can really hold us back. And I talk a lot about in grade 9. I asked my teacher to stop making me read aloud because I was so nervous and would get it wrong all the time. And they said, no, we're going to make you do it more now because you've pointed it out. And so that fear of being pulled out of the class or laughed at, that stays with us forever. And it's really hard to break that negative cycle we can have in our heads about ourselves. And hopefully this book enables people to see that they can do it and they can break that cycle, because I'm just your average person that just wanted to make my life better, and in doing that has then had an impact on other people as well.
And it isn't sharing, yes, research, sharing facts, sharing all of the backed up, the things that you've come across and in your studies, but also putting relatable stories and scenarios connected to that so that people can read this with lived experience woven through it so that they can see themselves in it, that it doesn't just go over their heads. So it can be used as an amazing resource in schools and also for academics who haven't experienced dyslexia themselves, but then they will have a deeper understanding of what the people behind it, isn't it? It's not just all numbers and stats and all of these things. There's people behind each story, and everyone has a story to share, and we show up for that every single day, don't we, Shay?
Yes, we do. And all our stories are unique in our challenges, but then there's a common thread. And at the end, it's the golden thread that links us all together as dyslexics or neurodivergents. And I think it's that resilience and that persistence. And no matter how many times we're told we can't do it, we see so many dyslexics that do it through grit and determination. And I think that's an exciting part of the book, is sharing those stories and being honoured with that platform. It was a real privilege to be able to bring other people's stories to life and to be able to share and to educate and empower others as well.
Yeah, I can honestly say that dyslexic go that extra mile, don't we? We go that extra mile because we have to. It's not that we have to prove something, but it just means that everything just takes that bit more effort. But and so any accolades that we get are 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 well earned because we have to go that little bit extra mile to get them. And so the kudos to you for embarking on this, because I remember whenever we first talked about this book years ago, and this was before you were kind of starting your doctorate at that time, and you were like, "Oh, Karen, can I do this?" And I was like, if anyone can do it, I know you are the person for the job, Shay, because not only do you have everything that you needed to be able to do it, but you also had this huge passion. And you went on your own personal journey into motherhood and everything during this whole journey of bringing this book into the world. And I was like, I am just so honored to join you on the journey and to making it happen, which is just so beautiful.
well, I was just so lucky to meet you at that Osmumpreneurs Awards, and to yeah, because your faith in me and your support throughout the years, because it has been tough to get through and to finally have this book. Because we always said at the beginning, I said to my supervisors, I want a book.
Yes.
I don't care about publishing, and now I've published 4 papers, and I'm very pleased I have. But yes, I'm sad my mum's not here to see it, because the whole point was to create a resource, particularly for the workplace, to be able to use and to better understand and support their dyslexic employees. And now we've got that resource, and we just want it to go far and wide around the world, so that I would love every workplace in at least Australia to own a copy. And so
Yeah.
we hope one day that is fulfilled, whether it's an ebook or the hard copy, because there's a lot of helpful information, but also tools and case studies and practical tips that they can use in the workplace. So really hope that we can get it out there far and wide.
Beautiful. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's create the awareness. So, guys, Mother's Day this weekend. Jump onto KMD Books or your online bookseller, grab a copy. It'll be in stores soon as well through Paribo distribution. And today, the ebook just launched and we are celebrating it today. So we are inviting you to go and grab your copy on Amazon today on ebook and help us get to number 1. How best to celebrate this beautiful, amazing, important book than to by getting it to number 1. So you're going to be seeing a little bit of an omnipresence of it today. So, with saying that, let's just tell you or finish up and chatting about a lovely little adventure we had in Perth recently, where the Duchess came last November and we just kind of played it by ear. You happened to be here, and then the beautiful moment happened, didn't it, Shay? Do you want to share?
Yes. I was very emotional by the end, wasn't I?
Yes.
It was such a privilege and an honor to meet the Duchess and to share my book with her. And for her to go on stage and then talk about it was just mind-blowingly exciting, because the more, as the Duchess as a mum, her understanding of having a child with dyslexia is really important. And now myself as a mother, having possibly a neurodivergent child, that means so much more now. And to have the Duchess be able to talk about it and to take it away and read it was a really special moment that I got to have, thanks to you, Karen.
Oh, pleasure. And I just know how much important it was for her as well. So, and that's the thing is these stories getting out into the world, getting the support behind them and those magic moments, is what it's all about, is about creating awareness and getting people to know that this work is now out in the world. So get behind it, share it, and help others to see that dyslexia can be a superpower, not just something that might hold you back.
Yes, it definitely, you can find the right tools and supports in place, and you can really reach your full potential and live the life that you want to. And that's what we want everyone to have, that opportunity.
Beautiful. All right. Where can people find you and come to get support, should they need it?
Sure. All of our work comes out of Rethink Dyslexia, and we are a national social enterprise supporting young people and adults. So anyone over 16 that has dyslexia or ADHD or autism or any other neurodivergence or learning difference or difficulty, you can find us on LinkedIn, all the socials, and we can share further details. Oh, and the Dear Dyslexic podcast show and the Hobo CEO podcast show are our 2 podcasts that we run and listen to globally.
Beautiful. We will have all these links wherever you're watching this from, so don't worry about that. So thank you so much, Shea, for all of the work that you do and for joining me today to celebrate this epic book.
Thanks so much for having me, Karen, and for all your love and support. I couldn't have
Oh,
done it without you. So thank you.
oh, we're only getting going. Let's keep it going. All
Yeah,
right. You take care. Lots of love.
you too.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.